Hi, I'm Ruby Lefty, and you're watching Hummingbird's Kitchen. Hi, welcome to Hummingbird's Kitchen. I'm Ruby Lefty. Today we're gonna make Sakura marshmallows. Well, actually, people don't know the fact we can make marshmallows at home very easy. So today we're gonna try that. So what we're gonna need is one egg white. This is a large size in Japan, and I know in the States, regular size of the eggs are smaller than the ones in Japan. So I would suggest use 2 egg whites if you're using very small eggs. Okay, so this is one large egg white. And 50 cc, which is a little more than quarter cup in American measurement. The 50 cc of water with 10 grams of gelatin powder. This is 2 tablespoons sugar. And I'm gonna use Sakura cherry blossom today because it's a cherry blossom season in Japan, which is beautiful. This is cherry blossom, you can see. And if you go to the grocery store, Japanese grocery store, so you see it like this. Can you see it like this? This is pickled in salt. It's just, for the preservation reasons. So when you use it, then you're gonna dip it in the clear water about 30 minutes to get rid of all the saltiness. And then it becomes like this. So, but when, in the shape of like this, it's gonna be preserved and it's gonna last about a year. So, if you find one in the Asian grocers, buy 1 or 2 because it's gonna last a long time. And for anything you wanna make sort of like cherry blossomy, you can always add, okay? And the last thing is vanilla essence. So first thing you're gonna do is line the mold like this. You don't have to line it, but marshmallow is quite sticky. So I would strongly suggest to do this because it's gonna really help a lot of, it's gonna save you from a lot of trouble. Okay, and then I just pour about a half of the sugar, which is about 1 tablespoon in the egg white, and then I'm gonna make a very good melange. So when you lift up the whisk, and it's gonna, you see the little horn there, this is good. This is good enough. Or the other way to measure if you whip it enough is if you just bring it upside down. If it's not coming out, that's good. Okay? So egg white is done, and we're gonna microwave the gelatin and the water now to melt the gelatin. But make sure you're not gonna boil it, because once gelatin's boiled, it's not gonna set anything. Okay? So you heat it up enough to melt all the gelatins completely, but you're not gonna boil it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna add the sugar. Well, you can add the sugar later. Okay? So see, now it's quite hot, but it's not boiled. So I just make sure all the gelatins melt, and then add the rest of the sugar. I'm using the brown sugar today, but you can use just white sugar, or you can use the honey if you prefer. When you use honey or jam, just to make sure you're going to decrease the amount of sugar a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be too sweet. Okay. So sugar, gelatin, water, and I'm going to add some vanilla extract today. So, depends on what you're making. If I'm making the whole cake or something, I'm going to use the cherry blossoms as it is, just to put on the top. But because I like to mix them in the marshmallows today, I'm just going to chop the petals off so that it's going to spread evenly. Okay? And I'm not going to use those hard stems. Yep, it become like this. Smells good. And because I like to make sure it's gonna spread evenly in marshmallows, before combining gelatin and egg white, I'm just gonna add it in here so that petal is gonna open before I add the egg white. Okay, petal. Okay. So now combine the egg white and this one. So here comes egg white and here comes gelatin. And you know, you can just add bit by bit. That's the most common way. But somehow I always put a little bit of egg white first in here and then blend very well. There's no particular reason. It's more like I'm religious about it. It's like a good luck. Okay, so you know, now this one is warm but not too hot. Preferably it's about the room temperature, but you know, to make a video short, I'm just gonna add it in here, just a bit by it. But you don't have to be too nervous about it. And once you pour everything in, mix quickly. And I don't want to waste things, so come back to this one and put everything in like this. Okay, so now it's all mixed in. If you look closely, you can see a little pink petals here. And we're gonna pour it in the mold. So no tricks, just pour it in. So we pour it in like this. Can you see the little pink petals? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so everything is in the mold. So today I like to make it a little fancier because it's a festive season with cherry blossoms, my favorite season of the year. So I'm gonna put a little extra Sakura cherry blossom petals on top. So when I cut it later, it's gonna be on top of each marshmallow is my idea. See? Isn't this pretty? So now we're gonna put it in the fridge, say about 30 minutes to 1 hour. If you're living in a very hot place, I would just make sure to refrigerate for 2 hours. And then take it out and slice it, okay? Okay, so when you refrigerate this marshmallow for 30 minutes in the fridge and all set, what we're gonna do is use a cornstarch. So take the, like 1 heap of teaspoon cornstarch and then cover a tray like this and get the marshmallow out. Take the paper off. So this is when you would be very happy to have a paper actually. And slice it. Oh. And when you have a piece like this, you know, you can't keep it because these parts are very sticky. So what you're going to do is you roll it in this thin cornstarch tray and then put it aside. And you do the same thing for every pieces. So when you cover everything with a thin cornstarch, you just carefully dust the extra cornstarch. Oh, just moved. Like this, because you don't want to have it too cornstarchy. But actually, if you're keeping it overnight in the fridge, all these, now it looks like a very powdery cornstarch. It's gonna nicely blend in with the moisture of the marshmallow itself, and it's gonna be just like, you know, just it's gonna be perfect. So you don't have to worry about this powderiness of cornstarch too much now, because as the time goes, and then it's going to be just alright, okay? So this is it. Okay, here comes Sakura marshmallow for the spring. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's Hummingbird's Kitchen. You know, the marshmallow recipe I introduced today is how to make very basic vanilla marshmallows. So as I mentioned in the video, you can substitute with honey, jam, or fresh fruits, coffee, tea, cocoa, any flavors you would like. Okay. I really like cherry blossom seasons. I think Mount Fuji and cherry blossom Sakura is the best thing in Japan, no matter what. You know, like those Harajuku or Shibuya or Kyoto, Nara, those are fun. You know, those are kind of attraction of Japan for the tourist. But I think the best thing is Mount Fuji and Sakura, especially cherry blossom seasons, because it only comes once a year. And this is a pure festival, pure cherishing the nature, which I really love. And I remember last year, exactly about this time, where it was right after the big earthquake in Tohoku, and everybody was feeling really down, and it wasn't really festive at all. And this year we feel like we are moving forward. You know, no matter what happened, we gotta get up and dust our knees and then move forward. And we're doing that, and you know, just it feels like those cherry blossom just blooming outside is encouraging us to move forward. And I hope people's gonna feel more positive, especially people still suffering in Tohoku, would be encouraged by those beauty of the nature. Bye.